All right. Time to get going.
Oh, Reen!
Morning, Elliot.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about...
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the...
No problem. I'm guessing everyone else left all...
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Gaius in particular is probably long gone by now, being the early rise.
Oh, he's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Morning! Are you two on your way to school?
Yeah, come on, Emma. We're going to be late. Hey, wait for me, Elisa. We'll see you in class.
I never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge. She knows it was just an accident, right? Can't believe...
No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance.
Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So I think it would be a load off everyone's mind if...
I'll certainly do what I can.
These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? It's funny. I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed the academic side of things might give it a run for its money.
Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that.
You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem... But then, Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything
I'm sure. Eustace and Elisa are apparently doing really... As are Laura and
Really? Guess I'm just... Though I really do hope they don't...
Huh?
Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about... I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but... And Eustace's family rules over the whole eastern side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address the...
Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Eustace every chance you get.
Oh, I don't plan... I'd hoped they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant...
It's not all Machias either. Eustace seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. I can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point.
Yeah... And that's where we'd be if we weren't in class 7. Dormitory number 2. For all the...
Yeah, I guess so. I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to... Though, to be fair, I think that building was abandoned till this year. Seems like they renovated...
Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. Just wish it were a little closer to the academy.
Hey, you're in our way.
Ah.
Class.
Is something the...
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies. Come on. We're...
Yes, Patrick! A word of advice. You might be part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are.
So they're from one of the... This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common. Thank goodness Laura and Eustace aren't like...
Yeah. That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where it's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Wow. Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one.
Stand, bow. Be seated.
As I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 200... This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions. A civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects this had on the Empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war. Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession. He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the Empire, and would go on to... And that name, of course, was Dreikel's Rice Arnor. He would later become known as Dreikel's the Lionheart, the 73rd Emperor of Erebonia, and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Dreikel's army was initially rather small in number, but as he traveled across the Empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Dreikel's first began gathering his army was... Reinschwarzer, which...
Nice work, everyone. You made it through an... In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow... It's not technically a day off, but there are... Why, you could go shopping in the capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day.
Will the Academy's facility...
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one. So feel free to patronize any and all A lot of clubs have meets scheduled for these free days as well, so anyone who's joined one should probably check out.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening on Wednesday. You all have... What does that... It's part of your combat training. You'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time, too, just to keep from...
I definitely don't like...
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that...
Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count. That concludes today's homeroom. Machias.
Yes. All rise. Bow.
use it yet, I see.
This should be the Student Union building. I know the cafeteria is on the first floor.
Hey. How's it going? Academy life been treating you?
Oh, yeah, it's not though I have a feeling it's only...
Your class is gonna be more intense than you, but you just hang in there.
Okay, wait. You're a second year...
Hey now, let's not get ahead of... First things first, how about you let me show you this cool
trick?
You got a 50 mirror coin?
I think so.
Cheers. All right.
What?
Now, which hand is the coin in?
It's in your...
Too bad.
Guess you win. We're usually pretty good at following moves. Though, wait. You said this was...
You catch on quick.
Huh?
Keep up the... You're gonna need to be pretty tough to get through a year with Sarah as your instructor. Oh, and, the student council room is on the second...
See you around. Wait! Andy seemed to know I was heading to the student council room. I haven't met many of the second years yet. I wonder if they're all like... Oh well. Though if it really is open late, I guess there's...
Please come in.
I recognize. Pardon the... Oh!
Welcome to the student council room. Instructor Sarah's...
Yes. I wonder if she got moved up a few years. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering.
I am, but there's no need... The name's Toa Herschel. I'm the student council. Uh-huh. I'm sure I'll have plenty of opportunities to interact with you and the other first years during your time, so if there's anything you need help with, you just come and let me know. I'll do everything in my power to make it better.
Thank you. She's seriously the student council... is because you're holding on to something for...
Oh, here you go. Yours is the one on...
Let's... Oh, our student notebooks.
I'm really sorry it's taken so long. Class 7's curriculum is pretty and you're even using a different kind of battle orbment. So yours had to be compiled...
Meaning these notebooks have information...
The Arcus, yes. All the student notebooks double as instruction manuals for their and the other first years are all using the same type as last year. So we could just reuse last year's template. But the Arcus type you're using works quite differently. So we had to write a whole new set of directions from...
Okay, but wait.
Pretty much just me. Instructor Sarah asked me, which means it's my fault this has taken so long.
Oh, no. Is that... It seems more like something our instructor...
Technically, you're right. But and I help out the other instructors a lot, too.
What a nice person. So, you just need me to...
Yes, please. I really appreciate...
Huh? What?
I heard all... She said you've agreed to help out the student council. It's such a nice gesture. You're really getting Class 7 off to a...
I'm sorry.
Didn't you tell her something about wanting to better yourselves? To prove you were worthy of being a part of... She said you were all really eager to help out. So I should try to delegate some...
Thank you, my dear. I leave everything in...
Why, indeed.
I'm sorry.
She set him up.
Did I misunderstand her? Oh, how embarrassing.
No. Instructor Sarah's absolutely right. Your plate is as full as I've seen, so if I can help you in any way, please let me.
Phew. I thought there had been a terrible But don't worry.
It's the third time I'm playing this game, but I never caught on to that joke.
Request?
Yep. Sometimes people say, I'll pick some up for you to do by the end of the day. Will that be okay with—
Sure thing. Dusk. Can't believe, and she's still.
Good. I hear you had a nice little dinner date with the student.
If this is how you treat your favorite little wunderkind, I dread to think how you treat people you do. Would you care to explain why you've been signing me up for things behind my—
I'll skip the details for now, but it's got something to do with the other part of your curriculum. I thought it'd be a good chance for one of you to do a little rehearsal. And since the student council truly is busy, I figured, why?
I have a feeling half the reason they're as busy as they are is because of— But alright, basically you just want me to spend my free—
Oh, if there's a club you're interested in joining, far be it from me to force you away.
No, to be honest, I still haven't found one that really clicks with me, so that won't be a— There is— Why me? This seems like the kind of task typically entrusted to the class president or vice— And even if you were— So what—
Well, in a sense, you're effective—
Pardon?
I'm not saying you're its leader, but in a class full of nobles, commoners, and exchange students, surely even you can see them.
Well—
That's why I decided to give you— First, I wanted to get an idea of how things might go from here on out. There's never been a class like yours before, so there you have it. The beans have been—
Wait, what are you—
Beer. It's the weekend, and I'm stuck wasting away in my room, imbibing libations. Alas! Oh, if only I had a classy gentleman friend who'd go out drinking with me. But whoa! Never better. But you, instead of trying to put everything in its place, it seems like— But if you— Make sure you're back in the dorm by curfew, and all—
If I don't plant myself, she may have a few screws loose, but—
Conventional studies. free day. Now I can do it after this.